Greetings, Kitchen Sink family members. How are you? How are we? I'm good. It's a bit chilly this side of the world, but yeah, just thought, hey, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation today. I thought, let's just talk about something that we were talking about with a group of friends, how to live life in such a way that you keep it simple and yet while you're at it you become successful. I'm not talking of monetary success, financial success. I'm talking success at life in terms of your well-being, your wellness, your joy, peace, relationally, things like that. That's what we were looking at. Of course, finances can come in, but really at the bottom of it all is how do we keep life simple so that we are successful at life. And as we were discussing with friends, we realized that, we have to stop living life through the rearview mirror. The rearview mirror, if you are driving a car, the mirror that shows you, what's coming from behind you or what's happening from behind you. We really have to learn to stop living life doing that. You're just checking what's happening, what happened in the past. So you have to deal with your past hurt adequately. And also, you have to deal with sometimes unmatched, expectations. I know we often talk about unmet expectations. No, these ones, they are somehow somewhat met, but never to match your energy, your effort, in a relationship. So those things, you have to deal with them and process them. And even if you have a painful past, there comes a time in life where you really have to process things out and deal with them. I mean, I visited my doctor for a regular visit the other day, and he needed to tweak certain aspects in my life. And it's been a week since I came from my doctor, and I was thinking, I'm struggling to implement some of those tweaks. And I was just thinking, maybe these are times when you need to sit down and talk to a therapist, talk to a counselor, so that you are processed. Sometimes, past hurts can interfere with life today without you realizing it. Apologies, I'm coughing. And then you need for yourself to ensure that whatever happened in the past is processed. Then that will make it possible for you to choose your future, in a successfully and in a healthy way. I think that is very, very important. And also the other thing is, while you are stopping to live life through the rearview mirror, is to choose accountability over individualism. You can hit against walls if you are living life alone. And yet if you choose accountability, reliable people, dependable, people that you can trust, they will help you along the journey of life, and you'll be able to live life successfully. I have benefited a lot from young peers and old. I've benefited a lot as I have lived my life. Also, to enable you to be able to be accountable, even say to a younger person, you need to live life with an open heart, with an open mind, so that you are not limited to who you are becoming, you can become, because you're looking down on a younger person's idea. So for me, it has worked. I do that all the time. I make sure that in my life at any given point, I have a younger group of friends. They inspire me, they energize me, they refresh me. To me, it's very, very important, and I'm sure to all of us. And while I'm at it, I've also realized that even my own children, they can be a source of refreshment for you, so that, you don't remain, unknowledgeable about certain things. They will refresh you. Your outlook at life, they will refresh you. And for me, that is important. Keeping things simple, but making sure that I become successful in my person, in what I'm doing in life. And then there's something that I'm learning to do. A few Sundays ago, I think, one of our pastors, who's an overseer, as he was preaching, he just mentioned something about, managing or monitoring one's time online, and managing, that side of our lives. And it just triggered something about decluttering. I know sometimes decluttering might trigger some expenses, but sometimes it's better that way. I'm actually thinking once I'm done with this video, we have a gadget in our house, a washing machine, to be specific, that we've never really benefited from that much. It's not easy for me to use, and we've really never benefited from it. I'm going to sell it and get a simpler washing machine, and ensure that we benefit the most from possibly a simpler gadget. So decluttering, physical decluttering, I've given you an example. I'm going to start with a washing machine that has really never benefited as much. What is it that you are going to be doing this week? I post these videos every week. Let's give ourselves a weekly target. What are you going to do this week in as far as decluttering is concerned? And I'm not talking about a massive house decluttering. One little step at a time. It will give us a lot of joy. So it can be at home, it can be, at your workspace, it can be anywhere. It can even be mental decluttering. Sitting down to process your life, to say, these aspects of my life have really occupied my mind for so long, and I think it's enough. I want to begin to discharge of some of the things that have really preoccupied my mind, so that I'm refreshed and I become a better person. I've already talked about decluttering, in as far as managing your time online is concerned. My husband is going to be very happy to hear me talk about this one. But it's something that really, hit home for me to say, I can do better, and I know I can do better. Thank you. And then the next thing is, foster positive connections. In any relationship, seek for mutual respect. Don't be in a relationship where you're being abused, mental, emotional, verbal, any other forms of abuse. It's not necessary. Foster positive, long-lasting relationships that entail mutual respect, where people keep confidentiality, where, you consider, ways to interact with all generations. I said this one already. And also where you are even able to help other people. It is so important for us. Don't be like the Dead Sea. Receives fresh water and keeps it. And then that water becomes so toxic. Anything that you throw in there, it is bound to die. No, you want to be, the Sea of Galilee, through which the river flows and it feeds other people. It's because rivers of living water are flowing through you. So help others. Be a doer of what you say, of God's word, and not just someone who talks about things. Very important. And then the other thing that we were talking about with my group of friends is embrace simplicity. I remember many years ago, a man of God taught us, and his title of the message, I think, was Keep It Simple. Keep life simple. Whatever it is, keep it simple. And it just came back as I was processing life, in the past few days, that, what? How do I keep my life simple? How do I achieve this? Find joy in small things. Do you know, at this moment in time, post-COVID, life has never been the same. And if you think life will be what it has always been, you will live in disappointment. You will live in frustration. But when you start looking at simple things, small things, and appreciate those simple things, appreciate small, simple pleasures in life. Like today, it's chilly, but the sun is bright. It's really beautiful. Appreciate things like that. When you look at nature and, it's looking so beautiful, those are simple things that will help you begin to embrace simplicity in your life. And I begin to do the same in my life. Also, set achievable goals. Things that, like, I have a goal now, it, Kitchen Sink family members. I try and post a video a week, and I'm finding that every time that I'm able to do it, God actually orchestrates my life such that I will find 15 to 30 minutes during the course of the week to sit down and reflect and say something. It's achievable. Do small goals like that. Then you will find that life is much simpler. So whatever goals that you are setting, you have to set goals that are substantial but attainable, and celebrate your accomplishments. It's very important. If you have not stopped to celebrate yourself, please do so this week. And share with us in the comments here on Kitchen Sink channel. Let's share, dearly beloved. What have you done this week to celebrate some accomplishment that you have done? I'm celebrating that I have maintained posting one video every week since the beginning of January 2025. What is it that you have achieved yourself? You can do this thing. I know by end of March, I had hoped to publish a book. I haven't done it because my timings were not ideal. But now I'm trusting God that instead of making it a 3 months goal, I need to have made it a 1 year goal by end of 2025. In the next weeks, I'm forming a group with some friends so that they can review my manuscript. And after that, I will do the required revisions and I will publish the book. Things that you can see they are achievable. It's very, very important. And then the other thing, live life intentionally. It's very difficult, guys. It's not easy to be intentional in life. It's not easy, but when you live life intentionally, you achieve a lot. It does come in small doses, but at the end of a period, when you review yourself, you would have achieved much more than you would have anticipated. So you have to be mindful of your choices and focus on what truly matters to you. Something that I have learned and am learning is that whereas in the past in my life was full of people, full of attending to people issues. And I'm realizing every day that maybe not so widespread like I've been in the past, but at least if I can maintain my numbers so that I'm not widespread. And I'm realizing that when I'm able to pass, people to other people for their attention, to whatever issues they're going through, it leaves me happy. I don't want to predispose myself to stress more than I can handle. I don't want to predispose myself to fatigue more than my body can handle. I really would love to live life peacefully, enter into my rest while I'm achieving my goals with those assignments that I can handle. I just thought I'd drop in this one so that we can talk about it even some more, so that we achieve much more. I believe in achieving life goals little by little. Whatever it is sustainable, and sometimes it is easy to establish things that happen progressively. Life is a process. Life is a journey. Life is progressive. And let's align ourselves to who life is and how life is, and life will be even much more better. Please share with me, how are you living your life? If you are on the sophistication lane, how are you coping with sophistication? Some of us are advocating for simplicity so that life is more manageable and attainable. Thank you so much, Kitchen Sink family members. Trusting to see you in the next video. This one will be very interesting because I'm on a little journey in my life, a chapter that started a few months ago, but for which we are seeing God accomplish for us on our behalf. So I'll share with you what I can. As you see, I don't normally want to expose my family, but to the best of my ability, I'll be dropping in little sharings from the journey that is starting for me next week. So thank you so much for coming on board. Love you so, so much. Have a good week. Stay blessed.